Road Rumble Media here, and this is a video you do not want to miss. So I'd recently planned a trip with some family to go over to Italy. It's something I've always wanted to do. We ended up planning to go to Rome and to Florence, but with a little bit of convincing, I was able to make a stop at a very special location that not too many people actually know about. For the first part of our trip, we went to Florence. One day we went to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and then the second portion of the week, we went to Rome and we saw Vatican City as well. Overall, it was an amazing trip. We had some really great food, and we saw a lot of cool sights. Now, cue that montage footage. In between going from Florence to Rome, we had to make a stop. And this place was MiataLand. It's a go-to vacation spot for car enthusiasts, especially Miata owners. And it's owned by Andrea Mancini, who has the largest private collection of Mazda Miatas. And it's about 50 cars in total. It's a small resort that's centered around driving and automotive excellence. And he also has a few motorcycles there as well. It was a very scenic drive to get there through the hills of Umbria, and we were greeted to a sight of cars lined up. Now, Andrea wasn't there to help show us around, so we had Maria and Silvano assist us. And I would call this place one of the Miata wonders of the world. When we got there as well, we were greeted by their dog, Mixie. It's a play on for MX-5. You get it? So, getting right to it, the first spot that we went and looked at was the private collection in the garage where all the cars are stored. The cars are very tightly packed, so it's a little difficult to get around, but otherwise we're able to see everything. The first cars that we looked at was a 1993 Mazda Speed Miata. It was fitted with a No Pro body kit, and it's supercharged, making about 210 horsepower. The next car that we looked at was the Nobuhiro Yamamoto ND. This is something I knew nothing about. It's one of 4 Yamamoto signed cars that is a trim exclusively for Italy. It has the 1.5 liter Skyactiv, comes in jet black, and has Mazda Speed Aero with red racing trim, similar to the RS Racing concept car. It also has a badge riveted on the driver's side door with kanji written on it. That looks like this that I'm putting in the video right now since I wasn't able to get to the other side. It also has red accents inside, and to top it off, it has Öhlins and Brembos to give it a little extra kick. Now up next is the real hoot. It's the Mega Monster Miata that has the 5.0 from the Fox Body Mustang. It has a Keen Bell supercharger on top, makes about 430 horsepower. It has suspension and brakes from an RX-7 as well, if you didn't know. Next up is the Pit Crew NA, and it's originally a 1991 Unos Roadster that has a Pit Crew body kit on it. And if you didn't know, this one's painted in Soul Red, the Soul Red that's on the ND. Next up is the NC race car. It's an open race, and it's a purpose-built race car for the street. Makes about 210 horsepower, and this car actually participated in the 2010 Europe Championships. It's also signed by Yamamoto. You might think this is a Subaru, but actually it's not. It's a 2001 Mazda Speed RS NB that had about 300 units. They have a Subaru color scheme, and it also has an adjustable spoiler. Now, this one really had put my Miata lore to the test. This is a 2001 M2 Miata. It was in a limited edition car with performance upgrades from the factory, and this is the first car that they had produced. It had weight savings, no power steering, no power brakes, and no electric windows. This one really caught my eye. This is a Unos Roadster with a Ferrari GTO body kit on it. It's a fiberglass kit car from the UK. It was a bit cloudy that day because it did rain that week, but this view honestly looks amazing. Just imagine seeing a sunset at the pool. Inside is all different Miata and motorsports memorabilia. Merchandise is also out on display, so if you wanted to look at something before you buy it, you can. And you bet I definitely brought some things back with me. Just take note at some of the furniture that you see around there, like this racing seat. Now, we didn't stay the night there as we were passing by, but I had asked if I can go look at a room just to see what it was like, and I went into the M2 room. But they have other rooms as well named after Miata colors like Sunburst Yellow and Mariner Blue. This room had an amazing view of the hillside through the balcony. Had a very homey feel, and inside I saw a reference for some information about the stay. And one thing that I thought was pretty cool is in the bathroom, you could actually see through the window the collection in the garage where the cars are. Now, we did take a stop in the surrounding area in a small town named Calzone, which was about 10 minutes away, to eat and just sightsee. I honestly had the best pasta at this place here called Ristorante A Leone. Now, I felt like I missed out on some of the experience because I just visited for a few hours during the day. I didn't actually get to stay there or go on a solo or even group run through the hills. It's something I would recommend for everybody, and I would definitely go back in a heartbeat to do it. I would recommend it for not just Miata enthusiasts, but for any car enthusiast, because it's surely something you don't want to miss.